The South Island of New Zealand has many golden nuggets to visit, literally. The historic gold mining town of St. Bathans in Otago is a bit of a ghost town with a man-made lake that resulted from gold sluicing back in the 1800s. The town has a spooky history too, and stick around if you'd like to find out if I had my own ghost encounter at the famous Vulcan Hotel. St. Bathans is located in central Otago, just north of Alexandra and quite near to Wanaka, as you can see on this little map. Kia ora friends, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Georgina and I like to get outside and enjoy nature as well as explore the environment. Today in St. Bathans, we're going to look at one of Otago's most iconic hidden gems. It's an old gold mining town, and if you look around the town, it feels like you've literally stepped straight back into a movie set or back into the late 1800s. Back then, St. Bathans was a bustling town with about 2,000 miners living in this area. Some of the buildings from that era remain today, and very little else has been added since, so it's very easy to imagine the town as it was during the gold rush. St. Bathans was originally called Dunstan Creek. Gold was discovered here in 1863. In the late 1860s, St. Bathans was well established with over 15 hotels and a number of gambling and dance halls. There were also many businesses. Now this gorgeous 1909 building is the Cody Post Office. It's a two-storey building that's styled in the Imperial Baroque style. It's a Category 1 historic listing and has lots of interesting displays inside. Have a look at this old Victorian costume in black with the buttons down the front. I doubt many ladies these days could squeeze into such a small corset. I certainly couldn't. As the building closed in the 1930s, it's a bit like stepping back in time, as much of the interior and even the exterior is original. Some of the other buildings in the street are made out of tin and mud brick. It's quite incredible to think that people built these structures to last, with raw materials straight from the local earth. I can't believe they have survived this long, as it gets pretty cold and wild out here in the wintertime. So that's the town explored. Now it's time to stretch the legs and head out on the walking track. The lake loop takes about an hour, and trust me, the views are worth every single step. Look at the amazing colour of the lake. It doesn't even look real, does it? But this isn't a natural lake. It's a monument to the sheer scale of the 19th century gold rush. See those massive white cliffs there? That used to be a 120-metre high hill called Kildare Hill. Back in the day, miners didn't just pan for gold with a tiny tray. They used a massive hydraulic sluicing machine, basically high-pressure water cannons, to blast the quartz rock away, looking for those golden oodles of treasure. They washed away nearly an entire hill until they stopped in the 1930s, because they were getting dangerously close to undermining the actual town. The massive pit they left behind filled up naturally with rainwater, and the minerals from the crushed rock gave it that iconic, striking blue hue. Walking around here with the crisp South Island air and the rugged hills, it is just pure peace. Sit back and enjoy the Blue Lake walk. Well, what a day it's been just to visit the small town of St. Bathans off the beaten track and do a bit of time travel. I feel so lucky to live in a warm home with heating. When I see those old cold buildings, how lucky I am. The walk around the Blue Lake is just so peaceful, with the sound of the swallows and chaffinches and the occasional duck quacking, the crunching of the gravel beneath my feet. That's life too, just one step after the next. We never know what's just around the corner, so we need to make the most of every day. Even if it's cold, like it is today, I lay it up in my woolly sheep fleece and wore my most comfortable hiking boots, and I was just as right as rain. The steady pace of the walk had a really calming effect on me, and I hope in some small way it has brought you some peace too. Now, remember at the beginning I was going to tell you a little bit about the ghost? Apparently, there was a young bar girl named Rosie who worked at the Vulcan Hotel way back in the gold rush era. Legend has it she was robbed and attacked, and her body was tossed into the lake. It's said that she haunts the male guests by the hotel by shaking the bed at night. Well, safe to say, I sat in the warm dining room of the Vulcan Hotel with my hot chocolate, and I was totally safe. Whether you're into New Zealand's wild gold mining history, old heritage buildings, or just the epic walks in the middle of nowhere, I hope you'll agree that St. Bathans is a place that's very magical. If you've enjoyed this stroll out with me today, please make sure that you like and subscribe. I hope you come back to my channel soon for some more armchair travel in the amazing South Island of New Zealand. Bye for now.